Hello, welcome to NPS, where I explore how to enact a new political system, a system that is more modern, more democratic, less extreme, and less influenced by lobbyists. So, how is it different? What's new about this system? Well, right now, you elect a representative who's a member of a party, and after you elect him, he doesn't do what you want, he does what the party wants. What if you had a representative who actually voted as his constituents wanted on each bill as it comes along? This is what we're trying to build. And to enable this, each voter that wants will have an app where they're able to see the upcoming bills, review the bill, make their own opinion, review it with text, video, or audio, and then say whether they're for the bill or against it and why. This is what we're trying to build. This is the new political system, and it can be implemented right now without any rule changes. Now, one thing I say in the intro is less influenced by lobbyists. In this video, we're going to drill down into that. This is the 5th video in our series. But before I do, please like, subscribe. We have Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. This is a political movement that we're trying to build. We need your support, and we would also appreciate your help. So if you want to get actively involved, please reach out with the email in the description. Good. So, what are lobbyists? Well, for this video, I'm going to keep it simple. They're people with power who want to influence the politics day to day. And how do they do it? Well, the simple rule that has been true of every democracy so far is after the election, power is fundamentally rests in a small group of people, the cabinet, the prime minister's office, however you do it. A small group of people hold the main power in what goes on, and the backbenchers just vote for it as they're told. So, lobbyists develop relationships with those core people. And from the relationships, they have influence. And they don't even have to pick the winners of the elections because they develop relationships with all the viable sides, normally only 2 or 3, and therefore their influence is guaranteed whoever wins. Now, I'm sure that lobbyists will say that the reality is not that simple or that guaranteed, but I think everybody can agree that lobbying is a time-honored tradition because it is cost-effective and it gets results. NPS can upset that tradition by making lobbying far more expensive. Let's look at an example. Imagine a minority government that needs 3 votes in order to pass legislation outside of their party, and NPS has those 3 votes. Under normal party politics, you just have to influence the people in charge, and they tell the voters how to go. They tell the MPs how they're going to vote, and the voters have no influence. NPS breaks that assumption. So for lobbyists in the NPS example, suddenly they have to influence all the voters in 3 ridings. Voters on all sides of the political aisle, they all have an opinion, and their opinion influences how their MP will vote. This suddenly makes the cost and scope of the lobbying very different. And if the bill they're trying to pass is not something that's popular with the people, it's going to be significantly more difficult. This is the core of NPS. Voters' opinions matter all the time, not just every 4 years. And it drives legislatures to make laws that people actually want, and it pushes lobbyists further into the background. Okay, one thing. What if the lobbyists just bypassed the voters in it and they traded a favor with the NPS MP or congressman in order to get them to vote how they want, no matter what the opinions he receives? So think this through. When a person is elected in a riding for NPS, their job, the number one item in their job description is you vote as per the opinions of your constituents. Now, the output of the opinions and their votes are both public information. So if they vote against the opinions of their voters, everyone knows. It is a betrayal of trust. They have failed at their job. At the very least, they won't be at the ballot for the next election. Basically, they guarantee they will lose their job. So if a lobbyist wants to influence an NPS MP to vote against the opinions of their voters, they'd better have some pretty sweet candy, because you're talking to somebody who will lose their job if they do what you say. Overall, if you want lobbyists kicked into the background in the opinions of the regular voters to dominate, then please support NPS. Like, subscribe, as I said. Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee links are in the description. The next video will be on short-term implementation plans and addressing some of the challenges I've learned that we see ahead with NPS. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next video.